What's up, guys? Jake here with Jakesgotherps, not to be confused with herpes. Herpes is nasty, and in this video I'm going to be giving you guys sort of a serious talk about keeping alligators and other large reptiles and the responsible pet ownership that needs to go along with that, and why they're not for everyone. The number one most requested video I get all the time is to show my alligator off more. People ask me all the time, feed your alligator, handle your alligator, do all these things with your alligator. And I'm sure I could, because you guys would enjoy it, and I would also get a lot more views and help my channel out, but I don't want to promote people keeping these animals because they're a wild animal. They don't make the best pets. I know I call him a pet all the time, but he's really not a pet. I'm using the word pet in the loosest sense of the word possible because he's a wild animal. That's what he is. Things that happen a lot, like on YouTube, for example, we don't always show you the things that you don't want to see. That's just how it works, right? So, I mean, like, for example, this isn't the greatest example, but, for example, the water in this tank, before I was doing this video, was nasty, so I cleaned it, and I had to carry, like, 10 gallons of alligator poop water upstairs, and it was kind of heavy. I didn't show you guys that, though, because it's not entertaining. And, unfortunately, though, this happens because, people get this false sense of security because they watch these videos and they think, oh, Jakesgotherps alligator, he's pretty chill, so I should get an alligator, and mine will be equally as chill. And unfortunately, that doesn't always work out that way. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time to get your animals to the point that they are. Like, I'm sure the MacGyver lizard did not become that intelligent and that tame overnight. It probably was hours upon hours of work to get him to the way he is. He's an amazing animal, but it didn't happen in one day, I'll guarantee you that. And like I said before, these are wild animals, and they need to be treated with a lot of respect because there is a real danger when keeping them. This is a 33-inch alligator. I can almost guarantee if he got a hold of my fingers and he wanted to do some damage, he could take them off easy. Alligators have one of the strongest bite pressures of any animal in the entire world. A 33-inch alligator can easily take off digits. And when he grows up and he's full size, he could kill a person. He could. I mean, it happens sometimes. It doesn't happen frequently, just because alligators are sort of defensive by nature. They're not really aggressive. A lot of the time, when people get bitten, it's their own fault because they either stumble upon the alligator and the alligator reacts defensively, or they're feeding the alligator and the alligator mistakes them for food. So, although it doesn't happen a lot, you can get seriously injured by these animals, and that's something you really need to consider. Another thing you need to consider is size. Now, I'm not just talking about size of the enclosure or size of the prey, because that's a lot of the times what we think about when we're thinking of a snake. When you're thinking about getting a red-tailed boa, you're not necessarily thinking about how heavy is the snake going to get. You're thinking about, okay, a 10-foot-long snake needs, the dimensions of its tank need to be whatever by whatever. I don't really know exactly off the top of my head, probably like 6 by 2, 6 by 4, something like that would probably be alright. But either way, it doesn't matter. Don't quote me on that. But people don't think of the actual animal in terms of its size, its mass. Like, if you really are considering getting like a reticulated python, for example, then I would recommend you go and handle one and see if you can just pick it up. Let alone, handle it when it does not want to be handled. Even the most puppy dog tame animals are still very large, and if you can't lift a 200-pound snake, I don't know if they probably don't get 200 pounds, but if you can't lift a snake that large, then you probably should not get one. If you can't lift it, then you might have to go to the gym or something if you're really set on getting one, because if you can't lift it, then that's a problem. And not every animal is going to want to cooperate all the time. A lot of the time, they're going to want to do what they want to do, and there's really not much you can do to stop them. But if you're a strong person, I guess I'm saying, then you can handle them, how do I say, easier, I guess. And a lot of people don't think about the long-term commitment, right? So people go to reptile shows and they see these $85, $100 baby alligators and they think, oh, I should have one of these. This is cute, right? Because I'll admit they are really cute when they're young. But it's not something you can easily get rid of when it's 4 to 5 feet long. When it gets that big, zoos aren't going to take it. They already have plenty of alligators. Reptile rescues and vet clinics, I'm sure they would take them, but they're already struggling to find homes for the animals that they have, and you're really just making their life more difficult. And then obviously there's the option of releasing your animal in the wild, which is a terrible idea. You don't want to do that because that's how we get our hobby in trouble anyway. And that's just kind of how things get ruined for everybody. So it is a long-term commitment. Alligators themselves can live 50 plus years, and it's something you have to deal with for a very long time. It's not something you can decide, oh, you know, I don't really want this anymore, and easily get rid of it. So basically all I'm trying to say here, I'm trying not to be, you know, the negative one here, but if you're really considering getting a large reptile, first of all, you're going to need to do a lot of research, because it's not something you can go in, you know, blindly. You're going to need to read a lot of books and do a lot of research on care guides and forums and stuff like that. Get insight from people who have, you know, kept these animals before. And also, I'd recommend if you have a local reptile rescue, or you know somebody who has the animal that you want, then go to them and, you know, just try and handle that animal. And if you can just handle it and get some experience, that'll help you out in the long run. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.